Hello, my dear students and the rest of the learners. Welcome to part 50 of a 95-part series of tutorials in object-oriented programming in C++. In this tutorial, we are going to focus on what we call inheritance relationship and the topic and the characteristic of object-oriented programming that we call inheritance. My name is Mehmet M, or you can simply call me Emily Swap. Inheritance relationships are normally classified either as is a relationship or has a relationship. Is a relationship or has a relationship. What is a relationship? This is a relationship that is created when a new class is derived from a base class. For example, if you have a base class that is called the performance, and it has two classes derived from it, which are marks and results, then we can say that performance as well as marks and results have what we call is a relationship. When class A is inherited in class B, they have what we call is a relationship. Remember that when a class inherits another class, it simply means that it is making those attributes of the other class become its. It has been granted the rights. It has been granted access to those attributes of the other class. And therefore, automatically a relationship exists between the base class and the derived class. And that kind of relationship is what we call is a relationship. And what do we call has a relationship? Now, this is a relationship that is created when a derived class, for example, performance, has another class derived from it. For example, if you have a class called total, whereby the new class has some attributes of the base class, in this case, performance, we can say that we have what we call has a relationship. Now, the class called total will have its own members, but in addition to its own members, it has also access to the members of the other class. And therefore, if we have a new class that has some attributes of the base class, for example, if you have a new class called total, and it has some attributes of the class called performance, then we can say that there's a relationship between total and performance. And this relationship is what we are calling has a relationship. In fact, the class called total has some attributes that are similar to the class called performance, even though this class called total may have its own attributes that are not found in the other class, for example, the class called performance. Now, to demonstrate this further, let's look at what we call quadruple. If you have a class called quadruple with coordinates of vertices as 8 different integers, logically, the vertices will be points. And therefore, a point can have 2 coordinates. In this case, the relationship between the quadruple and the point, remembering that the point has 2 coordinates for the vertices, can be described as has a relationship. When a class, for example, class A, has one or more data members of class B, we can say the relationship between class A and class B has a relationship. Something is similar between the two classes. Now, container classes also exemplify what we call has a relationship. And with that, my dear students and the rest of the learners, it is my hope that you have been able to gain better understanding on the characteristics that we call inheritance. If you have any issues on inheritance or how to develop or write programs or code programs in C++ that demonstrate or has the attribute of inheritance, I will go through the previous presentations in this series. Why? Because we have come to the end of the inheritance attribute, and now we are moving to the other characteristic of object-oriented programming that we call polymorphism. And therefore, you can continue to part 51 of 95, in which we are going to commence learning on a very important attribute or characteristic of object-oriented programming that we call polymorphism. And there, part 51, I'm going to look at the meaning and the importance of polymorphism. Congratulations for learning part 50 of 95 on inheritance relationship. You can access videos from the other parts in object-oriented programming series, as well as other computer or ICT videos by clicking or tapping on EmilySwap ICT YouTube channel below this video. Remember to subscribe to the channel by tapping on subscribe button below this video in YouTube if it's not currently reading as subscribed. For any further correspondence, kindly write it to us through the email emilyswap@gmail.com. Thank you very much for listening to me. Let's meet in part 51, and God bless.